Hello, fellow Toastmasters. I am a little nervous today, I won't lie. The last time I was in front of such gathering on a stage or giving a speech or addressing a crowd per se was maybe 8 or 9 years back when I was working as a part-time lecturer right after graduating. I was terrified then and I'm terrified now. But that's the whole point of joining the Toastmaster Club, right? I want to overcome those fears. I want to overcome those issues. I want to gain support and feedback from people like you and build the confidence in public speaking, give more speeches like this, and hopefully one day be completely comfortable and inspire others, fellow like me, to do the same. So on that note, I'm here today with my icebreaker speech. I don't have any specific topic per se, but I would just like to talk about myself, tell you a little bit about my family, my hometown, my hobbies, just general getting to know session. So come on with me and I will tell you a little bit about my hometown. I was born in 1990 in a place called Dharwad in Karnataka state in southern part of India. Dharwad, my hometown, is rich in history, art, literature, music, and whatnot. It was ruled at one point by Maharajas. Mughals were there at some point, and it was an important southern territory during the British rule. Many renowned artists, singers, and poets come from my hometown. In fact, there's a saying that goes, if you throw a stone over your shoulder, it is sure to hit a roof of a singer or a poet. And one such roof is mine. That's my home and that's my family. My mom, who's sitting here on the leftmost side, wearing the pink dress, she herself is a classical singer and plays a classical instrument called harmonium. Not by profession, it's just her passion, her hobby, and she's able to do that now that she's retired. That's my elder sister in the center, my younger brother, and my niece. And my beloved dog, which passed away this year. She was almost 15 years old, and her name was Jimmy. I was in 9th grade when I snuck 900 rupees from my cousin, and I bought Jimmy, which was only like 10 or 15 days. I don't remember, a very small puppy then, and I snuck it back home while my mom was on a pilgrim vacation. So I had to hear a lot, but at the end of the day, Jimmy was my mom's favorite amongst all of us. I graduated in business administration from Karnataka University, and I completed my master's in business administration from the same university. As I mentioned, my hometown, it has rich history, and you will see these kind of architectures everywhere in my hometown. This building on the left-hand side, it was constructed in early 1900s, so it is more than 120 years old building, 107 years old building, I think. Not good at math. So this is where I graduated from. And after graduation, since 2013, 2016, I held multiple jobs, as you can see here. And you must be thinking, Shwetha has her resume PDF in a PPT format. But that's what it is since 2013, 2016. That's what I had been doing. I was store manager right after graduation, and then I was into event planning. And then out of nowhere, I was a lecturer in the university I graduated from, and then into recruitment. So I was all over the place. I was pretty nervous at that time that I was wasting my precious months, I was wasting my precious time, because right after graduation, I did not know what I wanted to do. What was I quite passionate about, what would make me happy? To be honest, I don't know that even now, for that matter, but at least in the past 3-4 years, I have calmed down a little bit, and I'm happy with doing what I am doing. We moved to the US in 2015, and since 2019, I have been in Aruba's business operations team. Oksana here is my manager. And like I said, I think I am a little bit calmer now, more settled, but still waiting for that calling, doing happy what I'm doing right now. Speaking of what has happened in the past 3-4 years, this happened as well. That's my daughter, who will be 4 in next 10 days. She is feisty, independent. She is very sassy. She has answer for everything. She's a wild animal. And she has my husband wrapped around her fingers, to be honest. He thinks he's in charge, but that's not the case. It's all an illusion. She's in charge. So I'm really very proud of her. That's her. And this is my husband and I. And this is us when we went to our recent trip to Yellowstone. This is my sweet little family here in the US. The other sweet little family is back in India. My hobbies are, I love to hike. Now the definition of hiking is completely different. If you consider hiking means walking in a very, very slow pace, maybe covering less than a mile, stopping 100 times to pick a stone, leaf, or whatever it is that the toddlers do. But before her, though, we used to hike a lot. I'm not a very artisty person per se, but I somehow do manage to end up doing some kind of art. And one such thing is the henna art, as you can see here. Well, it happens a lot in India where the brides, they have henna tattoos right up until here, or we do that during some of the Indian festivals. And I do some of that artwork myself. And then I do something called as dot art or mandala art, as you can see here. And the next you can see there's a lot of food there. You must be thinking, oh, one of the hobbies of Shwetha is probably cooking, right? But unfortunately not. I hate cooking, but I do love eating all those food. And the only reason I put that photo here is so that people who haven't had your lunches yet may your and I hope that did it. My all-time favorite shows are sitcoms. I stay away from something that is very depressing or thrillers or suspense. They give me nightmares. So I stick to myself to sitcoms like Friends, Office, Modern Family, something very lighthearted. I do love to travel. I wish to visit all the national parks in the US here. So far, we've covered around 13 to 14 national parks, so still more to go. I love to read. My favorite kind of me time or self-care is a glass of wine and a nice book. And recently I read The Hitchhiker's Guide to Galaxy, which is a great book, by the way, if anybody wants to read about, or having some existential crisis, please go ahead and read it. So that's all about me, right? I am a proud mother of a very, very feisty daughter. I am a humble daughter of a very, very proud mother. And I think I'm a good wife. I'm going to give a compliment myself on that note. I think I am. And I'm a very average human being who has all these existential questions and still waiting for her calling. But hopefully soon, one day. I hope you know me a little bit better now that I've shared a little bit about myself. And as we go on attending this Toastmaster Club, I'm sure I'll get more opportunity where you will know me a little bit more. Thank you all for listening in.